Guys, we are back for another video, and Jaquarwright has made a very interesting discovery and statement. And honey, I gotta break it down because after she said what I'm going to get into, I began to watch the interview with this guy and I began to see inconsistencies in his stories. Not only was his story inconsistent, when asked questions, he acted as if he could not answer it. He disappeared off camera. It was really, really weird. And it took Jaquarwright to actually call it out. And again, when asked direct questions, this dude could not answer. But this is the man that is supposed to be working with people that is publishing Kim Porter's memoir. So there is a lot to unpack here, y'all. Let's jump right in.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
And of course, guys, before we jump into the video, make sure you guys are liking the video. Be sure to share the video. And as always, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. First of all, guys, it took Jaquarwright to actually bring my attention to what this guy Courtney is saying. And to be honest, what she is saying makes a lot of sense. This guy does not appear to know anything. When asked, because he comes on this show and says that he was friends with Tupac. However, when asked, where did him and Tupac hang out? And, if Tupac is supposed to or was his friend, I should say, because obviously Tupac is no longer here. When asked information about Tupac, he didn't even have it. So this interview was very weird. Also, when he came on to the interview, obviously he had watched it before he joined, and Jaguar was really going off because she said this guy was phony and that he was a fake. So what he did is when he came on the interview, he disappeared off the camera for probably like 10, 15 minutes. And obviously he could hear the audio, but there's something weird about this guy. And I don't believe he is really real. What what Jaguar is insinuating is that this guy is probably more than likely working for Beyonce and Jay-Z. When asked about Beyonce and Jay-Z, instead of saying, I don't know them, he said some really nice things about them for a person that didn't know them. So Jaguar is saying that she believes that he is actually working for Beyonce and Jay-Z. One of the reasons she gave is because she had originally reached out to him and told him her life was in danger. She said he stopped talking to her or didn't respond. So she's saying that it is something weird about him. She said originally his lawyer had reached out to her, but she's thinking that somehow the lawyer as well got hooked up with Jay-Z and Beyonce, because she said all of a sudden his lawyer ghosted her. Now, I don't know. Obviously, Jaguar would know everything, but she's feeling some kind of way about this guy. She also called Big Meech, and as you guys probably already know, Big Meech, I think he spent about 16 years in prison. He was gonna serve 30, but somehow he got out early. And Big Meech even said that this dude is giving weird vibes and that Tupac didn't know him because Big Meech and obviously Tupac were really close. So this guy is giving weird vibes. So I'm gonna play a couple of clips, and you're gonna get to see Jaguar, and I keep calling her Jaguar. Jag Jaguar. I can't talk today. So you guys are going to listen to them two kind of go back and forth, and you can kind of tell that something just isn't adding up with him. It's just the back and forth with them two that it almost makes it seem like he really doesn't know Tupac, which is also giving another thing Jaguar said is if you were cool with Kim, you are actually saying that she said this about Al B. Short in her book. She would never say those things about Al B. Short. So it gets very weird here, y'all. So we're going to get into this snippet just so I can give you guys a little taste of what went down. Of course, go check it out on Sean Atwood's page. He has the full video.
That Diddy has done to him. Do you know how many times we've had to pray him back from flatline, sir?
First of all, I never said I wrote the book. I never wrote the book.
Keep speaking, Courtney. Respond.
Yeah. Just keep going, Courtney.
Oh, okay. I never wrote the book, Shan. So what you saying, Jaguar, is not what you said. There's
Brother,
no way
things that you said to say, and your stories ain't adding up. I don't know who's coaching you. I don't know who's giving you information, but I'm calling you into account right here today, sir. I am
call me into account.
People, you are going to stop lying on Gene Deal. You are going to stop lying on Al B. Short, and you are going to stop pump faking on a woman who put her life on the line to save hundreds of victims.
And are you saying this has been said within the
I done muted up. I done said what I had to say. I meant every word that I said, and I'm going to stand on it. Because, see, what's about to happen is if he keeps flummadilling and sitting here playing possum, I'm just going to have to play chicken with him. And I promise you, I don't turn off the road. I don't. I'm going to mute back up. But understand this. I asked for what I asked for. It's either you going to give it or you not. The things that were published in that book are things that those children should never have heard. Any of them. Especially those girls. How dare you? How dare you? And there is no way in the world Kim Porter ever gave you the permission to slander her husband. No way.
Hold up.
She would never have allowed you.
You want to let me talk or not, Jaguar?
Yeah, let Courtney respond now. So it's
you coming on.
Respond, Courtney. You're fine, Courtney. Go.
Whatever you saying about Kim Porter book is what you saying. I did not say anything because I never wrote the book. So you coming? I'm no witness of anything. I wasn't never at no party or never at no whatever they saying. I'm going by what you're saying.
What do you mean you going by what I'm saying? I didn't write no book. I didn't publish no documents. Up until today, no one has ever heard me say that I even had my own access to what was actually written down. I've never admitted that. And I'm actually putting my life on the line right now doing it. And I'm putting some other people in jeopardy that I care about. But I'm doing it for what's right. And I'm just going to have to stand on that. You can...
Guys, this interview between Jaguar and this guy was really weird. And I'm trying to kind of explain it because it was so weird. Like, it was all over the place. For one, this guy could not answer any questions related to Tupac. But keep in mind, he said that Tupac was his friend and he wanted to be involved in the book because he wanted to in so many words, represent Tupac. And Jag was like, well, what does Tupac have to do with this? Then they got on the subject of Tupac and they were like, and Jag was like, I think that you're lying. And they wanted to ask him questions. They asked, started to ask him questions about Tupac, where did they hang out and all of these questions. And you can tell that this guy got extremely uncomfortable, but he had no answers. Like, he just sat there. He pretended not to hear. After they repeated the question multiple times and he couldn't find another excuse, then he said his lawyer was calling. It was extremely crazy. And this was my first time seeing this guy as somebody that is potentially lying. Now, I'm not saying Kim didn't write a book, but Jag is saying that she also has parts to a book. So there's some lies being told here. Also, Diddy has a gag order on him, which could potentially mean that he's spreading some untruths here. So something about this dude is not adding up. Now, the most interesting twist about this entire thing is he may have an affiliation to Jay-Z and Beyonce, because the way Jag is saying that this guy, well, he did. He attacked her plenty times on this platform. He called her a loser. That was one of the things he said. And she said that he's getting his information from someone, which I believe, because again, he disappeared from the interview for about 15 minutes and the camera was just facing his television. So something about this dude is not adding up. He ended up calling back into the show after Jag left, and then he stated the reason why he did not answer the questions was because he didn't want to argue with the woman. Well, even after Jag had left and he was asked the questions, he still didn't answer. So finally, they were like, you know what? I don't want to, make it seem like I'm arguing with you or I don't believe you, but that answer didn't really make any sense. As a matter of fact, it gives, they said that it made them want to ask him more questions, but they didn't want to become argumentative. So it is something definitely with this dude, Courtney, and I don't believe half of what he is saying. And as always, guys, let me know what you guys think down below.